Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. This time we have a second preliminary injunction for Donald Trump's birthright executive order that he is trying to get passed to amend birthright citizenship and yank it from newborn babies. Why and which judge is the one that put the preliminary injunction? Well, let's find out in today's video. This article is by The Hill. The article is titled, Judge Rails Against Trump in Blocking Birthright Citizenship Executive Order for Second Time by Zach Scheinfeld.
Judge rails against Trump in blocking birthright executive order for second time. By Zach Scheinfeld. A second federal judge blocked President Trump's executive order to restrict birthright citizenship, harshly condemning the administration for attempting to do so at a Thursday hearing. It has become ever more apparent that to our president, the rule of law is but an impediment to his policy goals. The rule of law is, according to him, something to navigate around or simply ignore, whether that be for political or personal gain. U.S. District Judge John Coffenor said as he announced his ruling. Nevertheless, in this courtroom and under my watch, the rule of law is a bright beacon which I intend to follow, continued Coffenor, an appointee of former President Reagan. Coffenor agreed to grant a nationwide preliminary injunction blocking Trump's order as requested by 4 Democratic state attorneys general and a group of private plaintiffs. He issued his order after hearing less than 20 minutes of arguments, pointing to his previous work in what was formerly the Soviet Union. I said this 2 weeks ago, and I'll say it again today. There are moments in the world's history when people look back and ask, where were the lawyers, where were the judges? In these moments, the rule of law becomes especially vulnerable. I refuse to let that beacon go dark today, the judge said. The judge's order adds to a near identical injunction granted by a federal judge in Maryland Wednesday, developing.
One thing the article for some reason doesn't continue, so I'm just gonna have to do it. On his first day in office, Trump signed the executive order narrowing birthright citizenship so that it doesn't extend to children born on U.S. soil to parents without permanent legal status. The order is part of a flurry of immigration actions during the administration's first few weeks in office. Trump's move has already spurred 9 lawsuits, which point to how the Supreme Court has long interpreted the 14th Amendment birthright citizenship guarantee to include only narrow exceptions. This case turns on the critical phrase, quote, subject to the jurisdiction thereof, quote, in the Citizenship Clause. On that issue, plaintiffs offer a construction of that phrase that is demonstrable and unequivocally incorrect, end quote, Drew Einstein, who is a deputy assistant attorney general, pushed back at Thursday's hearing. The judge's order adds to a narrow or near identical injunction granted by a federal judge in Maryland. Both of this week's rulings remain in effect until indefinitely blocking Trump's birthright citizenship order until judges can fully resolve the cases on the merits. But Kavanaugh left little mystery for how he ultimately views the legality of Trump's action. Quote, "The Constitution is not something with which the government may play policy games. The government wants to change the exceptional American grant of birthright citizenship. It needs to be amended. It needs to amend the Constitution itself," the judge said. Quote, "That's how our Constitution works, and that's how the rule of law works. Because of the president's order attempts to circumscribe this process, it is clearly unconstitutional," he continued. Well, everyone, before we end today's video, I wanted to show you guys exactly what he wrote in what Judge Kavanaugh wrote in his executive order, or not executive order, judicial order from issuing the preliminary injunction for the second time in less than 24 hours.
What is a home warranty? It's a service plan that helps cover costs when parts of your home systems and...
You're going to be hearing these words a lot from me. Another temporary restraining order. And now he's joined the Maryland Federal Legal AF. Thank you for joining this breaking news story. Here's the conclusion of the order itself by Judge Kavanaugh. Listen to these words, it'll make your eyes water. Citizen...
Excuse me, Papa. The order, it's right here. It says, citizens by birth or citizenship by birth is an unequivalent constitutional right. It is one of the precious principles that makes the United States the great nation that it is. The president cannot change, limit, or qualify the constitutional right via an executive order. The court grants the plaintiff's motions for a nationwide preliminary injunction, DKT NOS 3674, and enjoins enforcement of or implementation of the order on a nationwide basis. So pretty much it is how it was stated by Judge Carpenter that the court grants the plaintiff's motions of a preliminary injunction. That's gonna conclude it for today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, as well as sharing out the video. It'll help me out a huge lot. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that bell icon as well. That is right next to the subscribe button. Excuse me. And hit the all option to be notified every time I post a brand new video on the channel. And please help me reach my goal of 90 subscribers for the channel. We're currently at 77 subscribers, which means we need exactly 13 more subscribers to go before we reach the 90. Sorry about that. Let me turn up my brightness. Before we reach the 90 subscriber goal. And from there we have more goals for the channel to reach. Lastly, if you have not subscribed to any of my socials down below, please do feel free to do so. There is where you can get notified every time I posted a brand new video. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, and Threads. That is gonna conclude it for today's video. Please do enjoy the video, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.